Okay, hello everyone. We're doing finance for grade 8 and grade 9. Grade 8 and grade 9. And then for finance for grade 8 and grade 9, these are the topics that you need to know. You need to know how to calculate profit, loss, discount, VAT, exchange rate, simple interest, and higher purchase. So I'm going to be doing questions because with finance, it's easier when we are doing questions. We learn by doing. Okay, so I'm going to pick questions directly from the textbook, and then we're going to be solving them together. So let me do A and B. Yes. So let's read the question. A bookstore buys 150 books from a supplier at a cost of 180 per book. The selling price is 60% more. So underline the word 60% more, meaning we're going to add the 60% of the cost price to the cost price. So let's do the questions. What is the total cost of the books? One book, it's 180. How many books are we buying? 150. So the first answer will be, A will be 150 multiplied by 180. So the total number of books the total cost will be 150 multiplied by 180, 27,000. Can you all see? So to buy all the 150 books, it will cost me this amount. The second question, says calculate the selling price of the book. The selling price of the book, obviously you can't buy something and sell it at the same thing. So is the cost price, how much you bought the book for, plus the markup. They told us about the markup price. So we need to calculate the markup price first. The markup price, they said, it is 60% more of the cost price. So I'm going to say markup will be 60 over 100. Remember, 60%, the word percent means over 100. Over 100, yes. Then I need to multiply this by 180. 60 divided by 60 over 100 multiplied by 180. So 108. So this is how much they're adding. This is the markup price. That's how much they're adding to the cost price to sell so that they can make what, guys? Profit. So going back to my formula there, the selling price will be, what is the cost price? I bought the book for 180. The markup price is 108. So the selling price will be how much? 180 plus 108, 288. So this is how much they will be selling each book for. I hope it's clear. Question 3, they say, what is the profit made on each book sold? So the formula for profit is what? Selling price minus cost price. If you want to know if you're making profit, if you're a business person, how much did you buy? How much did it cost you? You bought the book for 180, you are selling it for 288. So you get the difference. So you're at a profit. If this was a minus, it would mean you're at a loss. You're at a profit, you are gaining 108 rands for every book that you are selling because of the difference. Can you see? Okay, that's a fair question. The store sells 80% of its stock. What is the stock? What are they buying? They bought 150 books. So they sold 80% of 150 books. So I'm going to do it here. 80% of the stock, which is 150 books. How many books will be 80 over 100 of may becomes multiplication 150. So how many books were sold? 120. Yes, 120 books were sold. So how many were left? They didn't ask me the question, but it's always nice to say, okay, I've sold this book, then I'm left with how many? How many books are remaining? 150 minus, oh, not rents. That's the number of books. So how many books are left? 30 books are remaining. So you're a businessman, you've sold 120 books, you are stuck with 30 books now. So how much income, can you see where I am now? How much income was received? How much income was received? You need to calculate the income. Remember, I sold 120 books for how much? 288. So how much did you get from that? 120 times 288, 34,560. This is your income. This is how much you have so far. Have you sold all the books? No. You've sold how many? 120. But you have that amount left. Now let's read the last question. The last question says, suppose each remaining book, the key word is remaining. The remaining book is sold at a discount of 25%. So how many books are left, guys? 30 books are left. They're saying they are going to sell these books at a 25% discount of the selling price. So I want to know what is 25% of 288. So they are reducing this amount, the selling price, by 25%. So we need to know 25 over 100 multiplied by 288. This is the discount. So 25 over 100 multiplied by 288, 72 rands. So this is the money they are subtracting, the money they are removing from the original price of the selling price. So to get now the new selling price, let me write it here, new selling price, I'm going to subtract the 72. This is 25% of that amount. So I need to remove it from the original selling price to get the new price. I get 216. So now we're going to change the price tag from this amount to this amount. And they're going to sell the remaining books for this amount. So how much will they sell? Multiply. Okay, let's read the question because I'm going ahead of myself. How much did they receive after all the books were sold? So we need to know how much they sold, how much they got by selling 30 books for 216. How much did they get? 30 multiplied by 216. They got 6,480. And then I need to add this amount to say total amount received. This is how much they got, 34,560. I'm going to add that to this amount. So 34,560 plus 6,480, which will be 34,560 plus 6,480, 41,040 rands. So this is the total money they received after selling everything. So I hope you're following, guys, step by step. Read the question carefully and understand what is expected of you. Okay. Let me try question C. Let's do question C. A bookstore is currently selling the latest paper novel by a top South African author for 300, excluding VAT. Calculate the amount of VAT paid and the cost of a book including VAT. So 2 questions are being asked in that question. So we need to calculate the VAT. They're selling a book for, is it a book, no? They're selling a novel for that amount, excluding VAT. So this amount does not include VAT, doesn't have VAT inside. They told us that VAT is 15%. So they say calculate VAT, calculate the amount of VAT paid. So we want to calculate how much VAT is paid. So we're going to say 300 multiplied by 15 over 100. 300 multiplied by 15 over 100. 45. So if you are buying something for 300, the VAT will be 45 francs. Now the cost, now the question says calculate the cost of VAT including VAT. Cost of the novel including VAT. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add to the price of the book 45 rand, meaning 300 plus 45 will be 345 rand. So this will be the price of the book at the shop, because of it has to include the VAT. So this was VAT excluded. To include the VAT, you need to calculate the VAT, and then after calculating the VAT, add it to get the total cost of the book. Moving along, question 2C2. Let's read together. The bookstore offers a discount of 25% on executive diaries currently selling for 324. Calculate the discounted price. So let's do the question. C2. They're selling a discount on diaries, 25% discount. And the price of the diaries is 324 currently. So we need to calculate the discount. 324 multiplied by 25 over 100. 324 multiplied by 25 over 100, that will be 81 rand. So now, you need to be able to differentiate. A discount, it's money that is being removed. Can you see my hands? Removed from the original price. So the discounted price will be the original price minus 81 rand. They're giving you a discount. So 243. So now you're no longer buying this for that amount, you're buying it for this amount. Discount minus, including VAT, you add. Okay, let's go on. Let's read question 3. A car dealership imports a new make of car from France. The cost price per car is 170,000. If the markup percentage is 45, what is the selling price? Okay, same thing, guys. Let's check this question. The car dealership is offering a discount of 20% on a specific make of a car which is currently selling at this amount. Calculate the discounted price. So this one we're going to add 45% of this amount to this amount to get the selling price. And then here we're going to subtract. So let's do them quickly. So number 3, I'm going to say the car it's worth this amount, the cost. To get the selling price, we must calculate the markup price. So the markup price is 45% of the cost price. So 45 over 100 multiplied by 170,000. So use a calculator, guys. Make your life easy. Don't do unnecessary mistakes because you're trying to figure out the answer on your own. 76,500. So this is what I will add. I'm going to say the selling price is the cost price of the car plus the markup price. So the car will sell for 246,500. We know why, guys, because they have to make profit. So this is how much it costs them to do the car, and then this is their addition so that they can make profit. And then the other question said they're offering a 20% discount to a car that is currently selling at 380,000. So what is discount? Discount we're going to subtract. So we're going to get a discount of that, which is 20 over 100 multiplied by 380. Get the amount. 20 over 100 multiplied by 380. Is it correct? Put another 0. Oh. 76,000. So they are reducing this. So the discounted price will be the original price minus that, which is 380 minus 76. 304, 123. So the new price of the car is that. I hope you're all clear, guys. Any question, you are able and free to ask. So I'm going to do one question for hire purchase, and then that's it, and do 2 questions on exchange rates, and we should be done. All right, okay, let's talk about the simple interest. Simple interest. There are 2 formulas that you can use. PIN, we call it the PIN formula, and this one. And this formula. So this one, if the question says calculate the interest end, you can calculate the interest end using this method. You just take the present value multiplied by the percentage and the number of years. Then it will tell you how much is the interest charged. When do we use this? It's either on finance. When we are investing money or borrowing money, they will tell you that you are borrowing money on a simple interest per annum. They give you the percentage rate. How much are you being charged on the money that you borrowed? Or you are investing money, and then they'll ask you how much money you're investing. This one, when do you use it? If they ask you to calculate the future accumulated amount, the future value, if the question says calculate the future value accumulated amount, you can also use this to calculate the interest charged. If you minus the future value from the present value, you get the interest charged. You can also use this formula to calculate the present value if you are given the future value. If they tell you that no, this person invested a certain amount of money for 4 years and he later got 20,000, how much did he or she initially invest? So you see, they gave you this amount, you will have to calculate that in that instant. Are we all clear, guys? All right, let's do some questions. Let's do some questions. So let's label what is what here. We call this the PIN formula. P will stand for your present value. I will stand for your interest rate. And then N will stand for the number of periods. Yo, people. I'm tired. Yeah, the number period. It can be years, it can be months, and so forth and so on. And then this one, we call it the pain. The pain formula. Why do we call it the pain formula? The pain formula. So the pin and the pain. The pin is painful, or the pain in the pin. Whatever. This is the pain formula. A stands for the present value. A stands for the accumulated amount. I wrote it there, but it stands for the accumulated amount is the money that you're going to get at the end of the investment, or the money that you owe at the end of the period. So the future value. So here is your interest rate. Here is your number period. All right, let's do a question so that you can understand. Let me pick a question here. I'm going to do this one. Question D. Let me see, guys, if I can zoom out. Can I zoom out? Yes. Yeah, I can zoom out. Zoom out again. I can't zoom out again. But I will try to work here. To keep the question and work here. I hope you can all see. Let's read the question together. I'm doing D. Mia buys a new car for that amount, 353,400 on hire purchase. So hire purchase, it's when you agree to pay money back to pay for an item on a monthly installment. You can't afford to buy it cash. So you enter into what we call a hire purchase agreement, and then so that you can make monthly deposits. She pays a deposit of 15% and wants to pay off the balance plus 22% interest rate per year charged in monthly installments over 3 years. So let's read the first question. Calculate the balance after the deposit has been paid. So this is how much the car is worth. This person paid a deposit. So we want to know how much deposit was 15%. 50% of the amount. So 15 over 100 multiplied by 353,400. Let me use a calculator there. 15. This is 53,010. Okay, but the question says calculate the balance. How much is left? So the balance, I'll have to remove the deposit from the original amount, which is 353 minus 53,010. So the balance will be the difference Can you see the difference between the original amount and the deposit? 400 minus 53. I'll get that amount. I hope it's correct, guys. Yo, I'm so tired. Yo. Okay, that's the first question. The second question, what is the simple interest payable over 3 years? There are 2 ways to do this, guys. We're going to use the PIN formula. Simple interest will be PIN. What is the present value? Currently, after paying off the deposit, this person owes 300,390. This is the balance. You're owing this amount. Multiplied by I is the interest. There's the interest there. 22 over 100 multiplied by 3 years. Multiplied by 3. So we use that formula to get and then we get that amount. 257.4. This is the interest that is charged. It's the additional cost that you need to pay when you are taking it via hire purchase. You can use the other formula, guys. You can use this formula, the PIN formula, and then when they ask you for the interest, you just subtract the future value from the present value from the future value. The difference between what you currently have and what the future value will be. That's the interest amount, the interest charged. Okay, question 3. Moving along. Oh, it says, what is her month? No. Question 3. How much does Mia have to pay for the car in total? In total, how much is she going to have to pay for this car? Okay, so how are we going to do that? We're going to use the PIN formula. So P, I'm going to put 300,390, open bracket 1 plus, the interest is 22 over 100 multiplied by what? 23 years. So if they want to know what is the total amount, they want to know the future value of the car. How much will she pay in total? So what is the future amount? Then we use the PIN formula. Okay, so 300, 390, open bracket 1 plus 22 over 100 multiplied by that close bracket. So in total, she's going to pay 498,647.4. This is the amount that she will pay in total. Or you can say the total amount of the car will be the present value minus the interest charged. You can either use this formula, it takes you straight to the question, or take the balance 390 plus the amount of the interest charged, 257.4. It should give you the same thing, but you need to choose which one you're going to use. Either you're going to use the PIN formula, and of which you need to know it as it is, or you're going to say the interest, then you're adding this amount. Let's see if we get the same answer. 390 plus 18257.4. Yeah, we get the same amount. 647.4. So choose which one you're gonna use. Choose which one you're gonna use. If they say calculate the total cost of the car, are you gonna use the PIN formula, or you're gonna use the PIN formula and add whatever that you got there to the balance? And then the last question, no, question 4 says, what is her monthly installment or payment? How much is she paying per month? You take the total cost, you divide the total cost by the number of months. She's paying this for how many months? Monthly payment will be 498,647,4. Divide this by how many months are in 3 years? I'm going to say 3 multiplied by 12. Yay, 36. So that amount, I'm going to multiply it by 36. Am I right? Okay, guys, I hope so. 32. 32. Yebo. So that's correct. So she'll be paying this amount of money for 3 years. So 3 years is 36 months. That's why we're dividing by the number of months, because she's paying every month. So you need to know how many months are in a year, and then you do the calculation. Okay. Okay, people, the last question says, how much simple interest will she pay? What is the simple interest per year? The second question was, what is the simple interest payable over 3 years? So this one, we multiplied it by 3 because they wanted the interest charged over a period of 3 years. This one, they want the interest charged per year. So we use the same formula, pin it. But in the place of n, I'm not going to write 3, I'm going to write 1 because they want it in 1 year. So the balance, can you see that I'm working with the balance all the time? Because of the deposit changes. I have to work with this. I can't work with the original amount because of the deposit that was paid. Multiply that in the calculator. Okay, I already did it for you there. Multiply by 1, you're going to get 66,000. Can you see? 66,000. So each year, this is how much is being added as an interest. This is interest. Okay, guys. I think we have done justice to this. Can I do one question for exchange rates, and then you can let me go? Oh man. I'm going to do the first question. Exchange rates, we want to convert from one currency to the other. We want to know what is the currency of this one. If I go to Zimbabwe, if I go to America with my rands, when I get there, I can't use rands. I need to use the currency of that country. So I need to do my conversions. So let's do the question. You want to buy a smartphone costing $1,449,000 in Miami, USA. How much will the same phone cost you in South Africa in rands? Assume that exchange rate is 17.43 per US dollar. So let's write the exchange rate. Exchange rate is that for every 1 US dollar we get 17 rand, 43 cents. So I'm buying something there in America, so I need to put whatever I have here under the dollars, because they gave me the amount in dollars. I need to convert it into rands. So 1449, I want to know how much is the amount in South Africa in rands. So we do cross multiply here. Multiply this one and that one, and then you divide by this one. So to get this amount, 17.43 multiplied by 1449, all divided by 1, which won't really make a difference. So how much will that? 17,43 times 1449. It's 25,256,06. So this amount is equivalent to that in dollars. So rands to dollars. So same thing for all the questions. This is what you do. You set it up in a ratio form like this, and you cross multiply. You multiply the pairs, the ones that are like this. The one that is facing the unknown, you divide by that number. Thank you very much. Thank you. All the best.